So it all started with a casual trip to a bike store to buy a riding jacket, and I found myself wondering why didn't I go to Kashmir or Ladakh until now. So the secret plan was on, the bags were packed the next day morning, and the final check was done by ASEAN to see if everything is good. And there you go, I found myself driving from Hyderabad to Ladakh on a peace ride. I put my Instagram ID and YouTube there, and yes, I was ready to drive 3000 kilometers, but something was missing. Wait, what? There you go, that's my friend, ready to ride. And all of a sudden, we found ourselves packing the next day morning to go on a trip we had never imagined, and we left our houses with saying a goodbye and not expecting
Bye
anything on the
bye.
ride, but just to have fun and see until where we go. And off we put Google Maps, and our first destination was to reach to Nagpur. The road was pretty good in Telangana when we left. It was very hot because by the time we left it was quite late, and then we were cruising at a safe speed of 80 to 100 kilometers per hour and enjoying the warm weather of Telangana and beautiful weather going into Maharashtra. And the roads were also pretty very good, with some rough patches here and there, but the greenery was always being shown. Going ahead, we found some nice rivers on the way, so we enjoyed some nice look there. Also, a nice breeze to have. Always having a partner on your travel makes it a little bit more exciting. But yes, it does slow you down, but it is a definitely good way to travel with the friends, because that is how friendships and bonds are made. The good thing was we didn't have to pay any toll taxes because we were on a bike, and we escaped giving all that extra money, and we wanted to use that money to giving back to the community while we were riding.
So we just took a stop to have some coffee, and I was also checking the panniers and it was a little bit loose, so had to tighten that up also, and that is done now. We're just going to refill some air in the bike on the tires and then move on. The target today is to reach Delhi and stay there tonight and leave tomorrow morning. So let's see how it goes. No planning, nothing has done yet. We're just going with the flow, and we're going to see how things work out. So it's a new experience, I'm loving it. The temperature is also getting up higher now, so it's not as cold as it was in the night. So I just took off the extra jackets, just keeping the riding jacket on now. So I'm going to see you all in the forward journey from now.
Right after that, our next destination was to reach to Delhi as soon as possible and take some rest and then move ahead and go towards the northern state of Punjab and then visit Kashmir and then go into Ladakh from Kashmir. So I was done for the day, and this is Azim riding and me enjoying at the back. So this is day two. The rest of the day we actually didn't make a lot of videos because we wanted to cover as much as distance. And this is actually in Delhi. We reached pretty late, around 12:30 in the night, and we could not find any rooms available. But we found one, this one, Makki Guest House, which is opposite to the masjid in Old Delhi. But it was a tight spot to park. Now our biggest challenge is actually to turn this bike in these tight lanes. As you can see, there's hardly any space. Luckily we could park the bike, it is safe, but you could see these shabby lanes of Old Delhi where it is enough space for a person to walk or one small two-wheeler to come inside. Now I had to turn the bike the next day in the morning, so this is what exercise I had to go through. And first of all, I had to bring the bike right into the hotel
जरा ये पकड़ लो
where we
गाड़ी
were
पलटा रहा तो
parking.
लियो फोटो
and I needed some help.
ऐसा
So there it is,
जरा दूर हट के लेना
Azim
ऐसा ही
coming
उल्टा नहीं कर रहे
now to help me push the bike and bring it inside and to turn it around. As you can see, there are a lot of people walking around as well. So we want to be careful we don't hurt anybody. So we had to bring the bike into the hotel right like that and then try to turn it. It was a task which was I was not ready early in the morning, but then it had to be done. Our bags were packed. As you can see, the top pannier bag on that is just our warm jackets in there. Not much of a weight, but it was a busy street where a lot of people were walking around. And since the bike has been turned, we were ready to leave. But I was not ready to put the panniers on the sides. So I said, you know what? Let's get out of these lanes by keeping
बंद
the
हो गया
panniers on the top seat. Azim is going to take a walk, and then I'm going to drive out until we reach the main road, which was
हाँ
approximately a half a kilometer long
जही
way
में
to
जही
go.
में बाहर है जही में बाहर पेड़ के पास है
And that is how you turn your bike in a tram lane.
Here you can see how narrow these lanes are, and to most other vehicles which were parked, I had literally half an inch to an inch of a distance. As you can see, as Azim is actually walking behind me, holding the panniers on top of the seat, and this is me navigating through the streets. There were a lot of wires actually hanging from the ceilings of other roofs, and which was very hazardous. But you know what? Even in these small cram lanes, we had shops, we had hotels, we had people living the normal lives. Everything was so abuzz right there. And sometimes we don't realize that the beauty of our world lies in these small streets. There was a barber shop as well right there. There was a full blown hotel right there. And you can see these wires hanging from the top, which were making me very nervous because one wire falling on you means you're fried. Those are the power lines going to the houses, and you can see here it was a tight, very tight space to move. And on the left hand side, you can see another shop which was selling a lot of clothes as well. So, though we see the things with a different view and angle, but there's a lot of things happening in these tiny streets of Delhi. And you know what? I wondered where you can find life. You can find life every single street in the world, every corner as you walk by. So, moving ahead slowly, slowly, it took me almost 25 to 35 minutes going off the streets, and this is the last part which I had to come out to go to the main road. And right there, if you notice, I'm coming out in front of the Jama Masjid in Old Delhi. On my right hand side, you can see the Jama Masjid and this busy streets of Delhi with people honking left, right, and center at you. As soon as we left, there was the ease of life, and today was actually the day the elections were being called out. On the right hand side, you can see the Meena Bazaar, the iconic old Meena Bazaar, which is just beside the Jama Masjid, and then you can find a lot of street shopping right here. And then this is the gate number 12 of the Jama Masjid, and that is the iconic Jama Masjid of Delhi, one of the biggest mosques in India and also one of the oldest ones. The roads were very cramped, and it is a two-way road, so we had to manage ourselves slowly, slowly, inch by inch out of this cramped traffic going out towards the main road. But what we did not expect is more traffic on the same day. There were street taxis, rickshaw pullers, tuk tuk autos, two wheelers, and everything. But we were happy because we reached our first destination, which is Jama Masjid in Delhi, moving on towards the northern part of India. There's a stark difference between the South India and the North India, and this is something the cultural beauty of India is. Our helmets were on, riding jacket is on, and we are ready to take on our forward destination from here. And our goal was to reach to Pathankot, which was our next destination in our Google Maps.
Driving through the tram streets of Old Delhi with Jama Masjid behind our background and sea of traffic in front of us. Cannot even see anything. It's flowing with the traffic right now.
As we were going out, we were welcomed by these beautiful, very, very old buildings on both our sides, some of them hundreds of years old, with tiny streets and a lot of busy people walking around and a lot of business happening around in these small streets of Delhi. The beauty of Delhi is actually not just those big buildings, but also these lanes where people are full of life, culture, and a lot of color. On the left and the right, as I was seeing, you could see those old doorways which once led into these huge mansions which were behind, now having a full blown market, and the houses behind them hiding nestled in these loud but tiny streets of Delhi, with people selling their commodities anywhere they could find some space. As we came onto main road, I saw this little girl, hardly maybe 9 years old or 8 years old, balancing on this tightrope with a pole, barefoot, putting up a show with her mother holding one side of the pole and her young sister playing right there, trying to get some donations which we had already given her before making the video. But it made me feel how tough life can be for some people. Life is all about a show, and the show must go on. And as we were coming out, I realized I didn't see any two wheelers coming from the other side, and then we realized for ourselves that we were on the wrong side of the road, which was meant only for these e rickshaws, which are very popular in Delhi now. So we thought we should squeeze out, trying to find a small opening on the road, trying to go to the main road, and this is how small the opening was. I was literally touching to the side poles, trying to navigate out, and finally we were on a highway after a lot and lot of navigating the small tiny streets of Delhi. Now it was time to breathe some air, give throttle on the bike, and pick up some speed to reach to our next destination. As we moved on, we realized that the roads are getting higher and higher. That means we were climbing up the hills right now. We were going to our dream destination, Kashmir and Ladakh. The roads were pretty good. We were wandering around. The Google Maps showed us a very long distance, but we had a lot of fun and we were excited to move on to our next destination, which was Pathankot. After crossing Punjab, towards the evening, we were already entering into this beautiful valley, the valley of Kashmir. We didn't realize that we were doing that unless and until when it showed on this turn that you were entering Kashmir. And this is the place where it is called the Gateway of Kashmir, which is Katwa. As soon as we entered there, you could see a lot of police, a lot of patrolling as well. That was something very different than all the other North Indian states we were going through. But there was excitement in us and we didn't want to stop, just move on and on until we reached to our next destination. Now you could see that the roads were a little broken, but our spirits were high.
हैदराबाद
चालू है ये।
अभी चालू है।
चालू है ना? तुझे भी जा रहा है? हाँ देख तो रहा हूँ, रिकॉर्ड हो रहा हूँ।
तो क्या है आपका, क्या कर रहे हैं आप? अरे अच्छा है, रितेश व्लॉग्स।
भारत यात्रा कर रहे हैं, भारत यात्रा कर रहे हैं।
अरे पूरा इंडिया।
पूरा इंडिया।
सही है सही है।
एक महीना हो गया।
एक महीने से,
हाँ?
एक महीने से कर
हाँ,
रहे
एक
थे।
महीना हो गया।
सही है।
हेलो मतलब हमारी पब्लिक को। भैया है।
हेलो,
भैया लोग
हम लोग भी निकले, हम लोग भी प्रमोट कर रहे हैं कि सब शांति हो, पीस के लिए राइड कर रहे हैं हम लोग।
कितना?
बोलो
पीस के लिए राइट।
पीस के लिए, सब कुछ शांति रहना चाहिए।
अच्छा अच्छा,
सब एक है हम।
अच्छा अच्छा, पीस राइट
है ना, हम सब एक है, हिंदू मुस्लिम सिख ईसाई सब एक है।
हाँ।
और हम सबको मिल बांट के प्यार से रहना चाहिए।
सही बात है।
तो इसीलिए हम लोग भी राइड कर रहे हैं।
बाकी बढ़िया है आपकी गाड़ी।
हाँ। तो इसलिए हम लोग भी राइड कर रहे हैं कि पीस बढ़ाने के लिए कि इंडिया में सब एक है।
बहुत दूर दूर से आते हैं, हैदराबाद
हाँ।
से आए हैं भैया जी।
और हमारे दो भाई मिले यहाँ पे जो
राइड
पूरा
कर रहे हैं।
इंडिया टूर कर रहे हैं साइकिल पे। एक महीना हो गया निकल के अभी। वेरी नाइस, वेरी नाइस।
हैदराबाद आइए। बिल्कुल जी।
चलो।
सर की आईडी देख लो, वो है।
हाँ
बाकी फॉलो कर लेंगे आप।
चलो चलो मिलेंगे यार। एक चलो, बेस्ट ऑफ लक।
थैंक यू।
As we were moving on, we found this big bridge which should have been full of water below, a beautiful river running, but it was completely dry. It made me wonder why. So, after the bridge, we stopped by to ask for the local people, and then we realized that there was a dam being built, and that is why the water had been stopped. After that, we came into the small village going towards the northern part of Kashmir, and you could see cattle, a lot of people, and a lot of traffic on the roads. Soon after the village, we again were hitting the highway, and we could notice the elevation we were going to. One way road, traffic coming from both the sides, barren land, a little bit of rough patch, but it was going on a steep ascent. My GoPro at this time was at a very low angle, so I couldn't show you all actually the road, but as you can see, we were climbing higher, higher, and higher on every kilometer we were chugging around the road. As we were moving along, the excitement was building in, and we finally were so happy that we managed to do something which we never thought of doing. At this moment, I would like to thank our wives for giving us such a good permission, liberty, uh, and peace of mind, and praying for us while we are going. And to our children who are going to say in the future, yes, my father has gone there and he has done that. We were chugging on miles and miles through the day on the roads, enjoying the beauty of every single patch we could find. Sometimes it was green, sometimes it was brown, and sometimes it was such a dangerous road you could go anywhere into it. But you know what? I think that is the beauty of India. A lot of different textures, a lot of different people, a lot of different scenic beauty you have, you do not realize. Here we stopped just to take a small break and to see how beautiful places we have been covering.
Head over heels for that someone. Head for the hills for nothing, nothing. Running scared, screaming at the top of my lungs and my many minds, my many minds. My heart doesn't always agree. What I'm thinking inside, think about it. Your gut can lie. And when you're hungry, but it hurts to eat. Do you actually wanna die? No matter how bad it tastes.
And as we were climbing up, we could see on the right hand side we were having villages in the valley, and on the left hand side we had huge mountains, cliffs which were cut down to make these beautiful roads. I would like to thank the BRO for making so amazing roads and also for giving us this connectivity to find new places of adventure. On the left hand side we could see a beautiful river and a valley down, and we were still climbing up the ascent for the whole day, having a beautiful time, enjoying freedom, life, love, and a lot of fresh air on our faces.
Conspiracy theories, maybe all night. I wonder if he believes in alien. We could look at the stars together. What if he is an alien? What if we actually become the best of friends and we wear shirts with pictures of each other on them?
As we were filling up tanks of petrol and emptying it, our shadow was in front of us at this moment, guiding us uphill, going to the beautiful valley of Kashmir. On both my sides, we had huge elevations and a beautiful road carved in between. I wondered sometime how the people right here live, what do they eat, how do they wear, and what is their favorite pastime. And that is exactly what we wanted to do, live the life like how locals lived. As we were going through, a lot of people were saying us to be very careful because for most of these mountains there were landslides happening and rocks falling as well. So on the way to Srinagar now, and we just stopped for a quick sunset picture, and I wanted to share you all with the view as well. Look at the mountains behind us, huge majestic mountains on both the sides, and यहाँ पे you can see खतरों के खिलाड़ी, and just look at the view.
बहुत सर्दी है यहाँ पर, बहुत सर्दी। अब श्रीनगर में हम लोग यहाँ पर ऐसे ऐसे बड़े बड़े पहाड़ देखने को मिल रहे हैं और रोड तो बहुत डेंजर है, बहुत डेंजर। सिंगल रोड है, बता नहीं सकते।
the right person that actually matters. Every day I drive my car to my little job. I find some peace in the stations that I throw on. But I wish there was a song with your
Venturing into the
name
night, I was tired,
as the
and I asked Azim to take
title.
on the wheel as I relaxed back behind
I wish there was a
the Honda
song
Highness CB350
with your
cruising
name
behind a truck
as the title
into a
of
very,
my
very long tunnel. We were almost midway into the tunnel where people started honking behind us, and that made me feel how uncultured and uncivilized people are, where they could see such a huge truck in front of them, who they would also not be able to overtake, but they just kept honking.
and the moods
Well, we
that I
definitely need to
hate
improve our
tend
road
to
culture in India,
erase.
and that is
Wonder
something we'll talk
why
a little more
I'm
in
so
our second part of the
opposite.
video, which is going to
I'm
come
so
soon.
backwards and
So,
upside
for now,
down.
we're going to finish the
Such
tunnel,
a clown.
take a rest,
I've got no
and see you all the
frown
next day.
on my little
If you have not yet liked,
face.
commented,
Why
or subscribed
am
on the channel,
I so
please do so,
freaking
because I would
careless
like to show you all the
sometimes?
raw
Yeah,
videos. Not a lot of editing done in my videos, as you all can see, because I want you all to see what we see
drama
on these beautiful
queen,
roads and our journey.
and I wish
While I sit, relax, and enjoy myself,
there was a
I want you all to
song
like, comment, and subscribe on this video
that I
and
could
wait for part 2
pick
for our beautiful
and
venturing
make
into
you
Kashmir and our way
strong.
forward from there. I hope you like this
'Cause
video.
I'm
It
tired
is a little bit long, but
of
I'm sure you enjoyed
feeling low.
most part of it.
Ooh,
Ask your friends also
and
to follow
sad
us and see
and
our beautiful journey.
depressed. I
As we
got
left out of the tunnel,
alone.
we were greeted with these beautiful lights on these towns and an under construction road. We were wondering what the road ahead of us lies, and just when we were talking about it, we could see on the left hand side a gorge which was maybe at least 50 to 100 feet below us. And then came the second tunnel, which was still under construction. We were not sure if this is the tunnel we should enter or not, so we took a little bit of time, hesitance, but once I saw a truck coming out of it, we took a dare step and we entered into the tunnel. As you all can see, it's still under construction but open. So, you know what? This is all about adventure, and let's have adventure.